Alright guys, welcome back to another Call of Duty challenge video. In today's video, instead of doing zombies, we're going to be doing survival. One of my personal favorite game modes in the entire Call of Duty franchise. This game mode alone is why I believe that the original Modern Warfare 3 is better than the remake. I don't think zombies should have been in this game. I think they should have re-added this game mode. Because it is like zombies, but you fight actual AI with a wide variety of different enemies, as you'll come to see. But in today's challenge, we are going to be making round 20 using only revolvers. Now, you see that I'm knifing here. When I say only revolvers, I mean the only guns we are using is revolvers. Any other appliances that this game offers, that you'll come to see, whether it be the weapon station, grenade station, or air support station, are completely authorized to be used. The only thing that's not of the air support is the Delta Squad, because they don't use revolvers when they shoot people. Other than that, that's pretty much what we're going for, is round 20 with the only guns I'm allowed to use being the revolvers. There's two different revolvers in this game, 44 Magnum, which is absolutely goated, and the MP412, which is pretty mid. I decided to go to Resistance because I tried starting on a map that already spawns you in with a revolver. Hard maps spawn you in with the MP412, but it turned out to be a little bit too difficult to make 20 during this challenge because I hadn't played survival in a while. So I went down to mission, got round 15. That's a medium difficulty map. And now we're doing Resistance, which is the literal first map, and it's the easiest. But this challenge itself still was not easy.
Equipment armory online. You now have access to explosives and armor upgrades. Team, enemy attack dogs are approaching your location. Прикройте меня! Уничтожить их! Приближено в прицеле! Air support armory now online. Close air support is available for tasking. Hostiles approaching your position from multiple directions. Противник движется по открытой местности! Когда сюда прибудет воздушная поддержка! У кого есть личная граната? Прикройте меня! Они позади нас! Задуйте враг! Прикройте меня! Противник справа! Так точно, вижу его! Этому бойцу нужен врач! Прикройте меня! Позицию! У нас нет огневой поддержки! У нас нет огневой поддержки! Противник с меня! Keep up the good work.
missile ready for deployment. Team, large enemy force moving towards your location.
В этом районе их бронетехника не должна взорвать блокаду. Цель на севере! Снимай гранаты! Перехватите! Вот потери! Прикройте меня! Вижу вражескую цель! Час! Убитый! Противник 10 часов!
They're done. Good work, gentlemen. Team, enemy air support is headed in from all directions. Find cover. Friendly Predator missile inbound.
It's always best to get both the helicopters at once, but sometimes it's a little bit harder to do that than it looks like. But you can literally kill these helicopters with anything. In fact, you can actually kill them with a flashbang grenade without the flashbang blowing up. So when you throw a flashbang at something, when it touches something and ricochets off, it does damage before it actually blows up. So you can literally kill a helicopter with that. You can also kill a helicopter with a frag grenade before the frag grenade actually blows up. But the helicopters are not easy to kill. Obviously, the better the weapon, the more damage. And doing this with a revolver is a pain. But the 44 Magnum's damage output is very high. So it is a pretty decent weapon. MB412, though, its damage output is not very good for the helicopters. It does have a fast fire rate, though, so it is still a really good revolver.
Enemy forces eliminated. Good work, team. Suicide bombers, keep your distance.
Ребята, справа! Прикройте меня! Видите там еще? На востоке!
contacts eliminated. Be aware, Tangos reported to have C4 strapped to their chests. Predator missile ready for deployment.
Понял, бегите! Вижу вражескую цель на 1 час! Меняй позицию! Так лучше! Они атакуют! Вражеская цель пересекает поле! Огонь на подавление! Невозможно положить цель!
Hostiles neutralized. Rearm if you need to. Thermal scans show attack dogs in your area.
Уничтожите! Точно! Вижу его! Перехожу на другую позицию! Принято! Подавление!
Yeah, not having very good weapons, you'll often find times where your damage output is just not enough to kill one of the enemies quickly. So you kind of gotta get out of the fray a little bit more often when you have weaker weapons like this. Especially going into the late rounds where sometimes not even a magazine will finish a single dude. And you'll actually have to reload and fire multiple magazines just to kill one enemy dude. And although knives are still one shot now, they do get up to the point where they're multiple knives to kill an opponent.
Enemy transports inbound. Friendly Predator missile inbound. Hostiles neutralized. Rearm if you need to. Be advised, large enemy force inbound. Recommend you get dug in. Over.
Противник, час дня! По-твоему, это умная мысль? Берегись!
Care package ready for delivery.
Атакуют с юго-востока! Прикройте меня! Нужен врач! Противник слева! Так точно, вижу его! Прикройте меня! Принято! Вражеская цель пересекает поле! Прикройте меня! У нас потери! Враг обходит по левому флангу! Выдвигаюсь! Не дайте позицию бежать! Этому бойцу нужен нужен врач! Не дайте выжившим бежать! Сюда! Еще более удобную точку!
They're done. Good work, gentlemen. Care package on the way. Team, be advised, intel shows enemy strong points near your position.
Вижу вражескую цель! 1 час! Не нравится мне! Они пытаются обойти нас с фланга! Граната! Прикройте меня! Убить всех! Граната! Уходим отсюда! Не дайте выжившим сбежать! У нас убитый! Выдвигаюсь! Принято! У нас убитый! Вижу, как сниму их гранатой! Понял, веду цель!
I love how the game actually says, "You are hurt, get the cover," and flashes those words on the screen. Because that pretty much tells you get shot one more time, you're going down.
Они хотят обойти нас!
So when I see this room, I think of this, of like the high round challenges that this map has, which I'm not going to be doing with Revolvers. But they use a Delta squad, they use some sentry guns, and then some LMGs, and they literally just camp in that little house I was just in. And there's people who have made like round 400 and something doing that. And I'm just like, how? Like, I was watching this one dude, I think his name is Max Survives or Mad Survives. I'll look it up. But he literally was on like round 412. Oh, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, that is some extreme dedication and some extreme talent and skill at this game. But the dude has over 1,500 hours. No, the dude has over 15,000 hours in this game, which is a lot, but considering it's been out since 2011, that's a long time. 14 years is enough time to get that many hours. But that's on average 1,000 hours a year. That's a lot of time played in this game. But it shows. I have a couple thousand hours in the Call of Duty franchise as a whole. But, you know, that's because I played pretty much all the ones that were on the Xbox 360 era / PlayStation 3 era. And then I played a bunch of the new ones after that. But I kind of stopped really playing Call of Duty after Black Ops 4 came out. But I did periodically play the newer ones from after that game came out. But I didn't really like the new Modern Warfares, and I did like Black Ops 6. I will say I did like that one. And I am interested to see what Black Ops 7 has to offer. I did really, really like Black Ops 5. Like, Cold War is great. Vanguard, it was just weird, because it had an odd take on zombies. The multiplayer itself wasn't unfun, but if you compare it to its peers, it's bad. But it was cool in the aspect that you could have all these different attachments on the guns, which was very fun. But the only issue with that is it wasn't historically accurate. For the newer Call of Duties, or newer-ish, the newest one to feature this map wasn't actually... well, actually, no, it wasn't the remasters of the Modern Warfare series. But other than the Modern Warfare series, this map was actually remastered in World War II zombies. Not zombies, yeah, multiplayer. But speaking of the multiplayer and zombies in that game, one thing that particular game did cool was they actually had a hybrid mode called Horde Point, which is multiplayer's hardpoint game mode, but there are zombies. So you are playing multiplayer, but with zombies running around, and the zombies will run to the hardpoint to try and kill you, and you have to still hold the hardpoint against both the zombies and the enemy team.
Прикройте меня! Этому врачу нужен врач! Убить всех!
Enemy forces eliminated. Good work, team. Be advised, heavily armored ground forces are being deployed by the enemy. Predator missile ready for deployment. Predator missile ready for deployment. Friendly Predator missile inbound.
Woo! Got him.
Falling back. Check equipment and ammo.
Like I said, the only guns I'm allowed to use are revolvers. And a Predator missile is not a gun. It's an explosive rocket.
Team, large enemy force moving towards your...
Yeah, these next 4 rounds were very much a learning curve. Because by this point, these dudes were just really, really hard to kill. Because you either have to get now onesies and twosies aren't a problem, but when they're in a large group, it's a pain. Hence why we use grenades.
Контакт! Прямо впереди! Я его вижу! Убегай!
Just like zombies, though, you got to kind of train them around the map. But no, I actually much prefer this over zombies in a lot of ways. But the only downside is this was only done in one Call of Duty game, and so as many maps as there are, because every multiplayer map is actually a survival mode map. I don't have the DLCs, so I only have the base game maps, which is still a lot of maps, but I've played them all a bunch. So I'm going to be doing challenges on them whenever I do revisit the other maps. But, nah. I still haven't played the Chaos Mode DLC for this game, despite having played this game on and off for like a decade. I'll probably buy that sometime soon to play it. And then download the Terminal DLC, which is free. And see about getting other multiplayer DLC maps that I have still never played on this game. Or if I have played, I've only played a little bit of. But Spec Ops really needs to be brought back. Like, there was Spec Ops Survival in Advanced Warfare, and it was actually kind of good. People kind of forget it was a thing because people remember that you had to pay to get the zombies. And there's a lot of controversy for that, but I didn't quite understand why people were mad you had to pay extra for the zombies game mode. Because there was always 3 game modes that were for free in Call of Duty back in the day. And it was either multiplayer Spec Ops and campaign, or multiplayer zombies and campaign. And Advanced Warfare had Spec Ops, survival, multiplayer, and campaign for free, so it made sense for them to charge for the zombies. But the zombies itself just did not match the quality of other zombies. It was pretty mid. The good trick that you can do is if you close the distance, these weapons are more effective. Like because they do less damage as the rounds go on. If you can close the distance, they do more damage the closer you are to an opponent. So you can still kill on decently high rounds with these handguns if you're just really close to the opponent. But still just barely away from knife and distance.
That's all of them. Nice work, team. Be aware, Tangos reported to have C4 strapped to their chests.
Противник впереди! Стреляйте в него! Принято! Прикройте меня!
Они пытаются обойти нас с фланга!
Огонь! Атакуют слева! Понял! Переход! Перехожу на другую позицию! Вижу вражескую цель впереди! Прикройте меня! Продолжайте атаковать!
All hostile forces in the area have been neutralized. Thermal scans show attack dogs in your area. Predator missile ready for deployment.
Противник на юге! Прикройте меня! Они убегают! Прикройте меня!
I completely botched half of this what's it called? I could have gone farther to the right with that thing and killed so many of the enemies with that Predator missile. But just look how many there are. Like, there are so many red dots.
Огонь на подавление!
Man, these C4s are coming in clutch. Rampage from one C4 is wild.
Держите позицию! Противник сейчас дня! Так точно, вижу его! Перезарядите! Ищу более удобную точку! Пехота, 12 часов! Цель в прямой двигатель!
Another rampage from just C4s.
Ищу более удобную точку! Принято!
Well, that was smart putting it on the vehicle there.
Противник на юге!
Although it didn't amount to much, but I had killed like half of them already with C4s. And that right there is important. Is why it's important to have both revolvers.
Enemy forces eliminated. Good work, team.
As Captain Price once said, remember it is always faster to switch to your secondary than the reload. And that right there was the truth. Had I tried to reload, I probably would have got shot down. But there you have it. There is, once I press the button, there is 20 rounds with the revolver.
Be advised,
Now,
heavily
it did end up going to round
armored vehicles
22.
by the enemy.
And you guys can see how I die. But that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And have a great day.
Hostiles inbound.
Уничтожить их! Они пытаются войти на фланг! Меняй позицию! Они атакуют слева!
Противник движется по открытой местности!
Прикройте меня!
Противник на 1 час!
Черт! У меня нет прямой видимости!
Сниму их гранатой! Сержант, возьмите 2 лучших бойцов и попробуйте прорвать.
Вражеская цель пересекает поле! Вы чего встретили? У нас убиты!
That's the last of them. Good job. Enemy forces inbound. Get ready. Be advised, enemy claymores near your position.
Иди, враг! Огонь! Вражеская пехота на 12 часов! Да, я его вижу! Прикрой меня!
Not bad, but I've seen better.